with you. Your energy is phenomenal.
Thank
Keeps
you.
me on my toes.
Very, very easy to be hosting with you. You
Right.
make it very fun, easy to play off of.
Well,
Hwani Lee,
yeah,
ace 5
Hwani.
off on the button.
Hwani Lee of Korea.
Just looking to take down the blinds here. Garrett's isn't going to wake up with anything, and neither is Hal Rothbull.
But, you know.
But I've been surprised many a times commentating today. We'll see if Rothbull defends here on the big blind. Looks like he will be.
Yeah. I love his outfit, really. It's perfect.
It's well dressed, aesthetic, and intimidating all at the same time.
Right. So nobody hit this. Well, bottom pair now for Hwani Lee. As Rothbull makes a check. That's a check. Turn cards to 3. Now Hal has a piece of this board. And Hal's gonna go for it. Now, if you're Hwani Lee, can you still call here with the 5? That's not Hwani, by the way. That is Justin Geronimo. Hwani's the one beside him right now.
In the white cap there.
Yeah. Still makes the call. Interesting.
And it would be a good call to make.
Ooh.
And especially now, a very easy decision in the river. Makes life a lot easier here for Hwani Lee.
Now, the thing is with Hal, he might start to represent the 5 here as well.
That's absolutely correct. I like the bet with the 3. You know, you block a lot of sets, and oftentimes you're just ahead and you're just trying to deny equity.
He is going to represent the 5. Now, if you're Hwani, how much do you raise this? Definitely gonna at least call if he thinks that probably Hal's got a full house, like 3's full or something, which is highly unlikely. So he's gonna at least call here, but he's reaching for more than just calling chips. That's a lot of chips right there. That looks like a 25, 26,000.
7K was the bet to call, and this is a raise to 25.5K. Almost 4x.
Right. Now, Hal's got to figure this one out, too. Does he have a 5? In case there was a draw. You know, 7-6 could have missed. Any flush draw could have missed. God forbid you have 4 deuce and you missed it. He's making the call. And he's going to see he made the wrong call. Trips win. And according to our graphic, he's the one with all the chips. That's not right. Ace 4 of clubs is raised by Justin Geronimo. Hwani Lee in the cutoff with a better ace, although it is offsuit. See if he's going to re-raise with it. He does.
Geronimo just picking up a good string of cards, running hot, playing, getting a lot of playable hands here.
Yeah, but the repop is to 19,500. Everybody gets out of the way, and as I tell you, stuff about Filipinos, they put in chips and somebody 3-bets, they are going to see the flop.
And having seen Geronimo play his premiums really strongly and aggressively pre-flop, curious to see what he does here with a suited wheel ace that is a good candidate for a 4-bet bluff occasionally, and especially when they're this deep.
But he exercises caution.
And folds. Again, Geronimo's playstyle, we also have to consider Geronimo's playstyle could be changing now that he's got a significant double up.
Hands that, you know, reduced his stack.
Hwani Lee under the gun with a suited ace, a suited wheel ace.
Yeah, he's under the gun, and he is going to create some action here, coming in for a raise. It's always dangerous raising from under the gun because you got the entire enchilada behind you, and it looks like Martin's got ace-10 thinking of joining at the very least. But you know he can 3-bet in this spot with ace-10 offsuit, or fold as well, actually. And there's going to be a raise. Raises up to 19,000. William Fasano shows us his belly button. And it is now folded around to the initial raiser. Hold on. Might have a call there, no? Justin Geronimo on the big blind. It's not going to get involved. So it goes back now to Hwani Lee.
And they're effectively playing here for a 90K, so quite a bit at stake here. 30 big blinds or so.
Now you can come back after being raised here. If you're Hwani Lee, you can make a 4-bet, but decides to just call.
It's one of those spots where I feel like all options are decent. Fold is great, call is great, and if you've got the right read on it, 4-bet might be also very suitable. And wow, picks up the nut flush draw here.
Okay, Hwani's not going anywhere, at least on this street. He decides to check it. Martin might take that as a sign of weakness and continue barreling here, which he will.
Definitely going to make a c-bet here. Queen 7-5, fairly dry board here. And with c-bet's going to take this down a lot of the time.
Not in this case. He might actually get another, might get raised.
No, not this time. No fold is coming from Hwani Lee. I think I like a raise here, especially as the chip leader and fully covering Garrett's, knowing that Garrett's going to be c-betting a lot with air.
He just flats though.
Just flats here and tries to realize his equity.
Here comes the turn card. It is an ace though. Now both gentlemen have paired their aces.
Yes, but Garrett's now ahead. Was ahead on the flop. Now is ahead turn. Hwani Lee might be thinking that he's ahead. And if not, still has the redraw.
You can see all the outs on top of the screen too.
Yes, a lot of chop outs as well. Any 7 or 5 will get them to chop because they have 2 pair with the queen kicker. Neither of their kickers would play.
Martin wants to get paid. He's going to barrel one more time. And he has gone all in for 75,000.
He has gone all
wow.
in. Wow, that is a full pot-sized bet there.
Stack to pot ratio was just good enough to make this move, and now.
Like, what do you beat right now? I guess some other flush draws. King high flushes. He's gonna make the side call here. He is behind. He's looking for any club or 7 or 5 to chop, or 3 to make a 2 pair. All the outs in the world. River of Dreams gets their nut flush draw, becomes the nut flush for Hwani Lee. All of South Korea is cheering, and unfortunately, Martin Garrett's good game and is eliminated.
Yeah, well, he's been around all week. Probably going to join another event tomorrow, but the big news now is that the Korean Hwani Lee has just taken away the chips of Martin Garrett's. And he has now climbed to almost 400,000 in chips. Look at that.
And chat is blowing up. There's a lot of Korean characters I don't understand.
But could have the chip lead if we do have an error in the chip counts. William Fasano is going to come in for a call, or at least, yeah, he raised it to 6,000. Folded now to Samuel Lee Deering on the button. He will consider calling this. Like he has called, and Hwani Lee is gonna come in. Why not? I picked up a fresh batch of chips. Let's see what happens here. He has live cards.
Hwani Lee!
Oh, Samuel Lee Deering is in trouble now.
Oh, Samuel Lee Deering. We haven't seen him play too much, and just finally gets to the mix. Makes top pair and runs into Hwani.
And look at this, look at this. William is the one who's leading out here with 2 overcards.
William Fasano c-betting here on this dry flop, not knowing he's run into 2 opponents who have both connected with this flop super well.
And Samuel Lee Deering of Australia, he's got at least call. I don't know if those are calling chips, and they are not. They're raising chips.
Hwani Lee just salivating here in the big blind.
He's
mask and hand hiding all the saliva pouring out of his mouth.
Probably just gonna call here.
Yes. Interesting to see. It'll be interesting. This is what you talk about with your quad threes hand.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. How do you extract value from playing Trey Deuce?
I love the call. There's just so little you need to protect against here. There's no draws, and you want to just give them room to hang themselves and overvalue their own hand. But the jack of clubs on the turn here is definitely going to slow Samuel Lee Deering down potentially.
They both check. Now even an ace, and Samuel Lee Deering has no chance of winning this unless he takes a stab at it right now. He does not. And 3 deuce comes out.
Nut Low will take this down. Hwani Lee!
Wow.
The chat goes wild, and more Korean characters are in the chat.
Well, Hwani Lee just came along for the ride and ended up being the bus driver. Now look at that. He has now picked up the chip lead, my friend. Hard dead.
Yes, haven't seen too much of Deering getting into the mix.
Look at this. Justin's just picking everything up.
Seed 1 is a hot seed. 4K to call. Are we gonna see? No, we're gonna see a raise this time and Jax. Hwani coming in with Jax here versus Justin Geronimo.
That's gonna be a 3-bet now from Hwani. Yeah, that's a 27, it appears.
And
32.
These are 2 big stacks tangoing with each other here, folks. So we may see blood here.
Well, Justin is now thinking whether he should 4-bet this, because it looks like it's a re-steal. It really felt like a re-steal, how fast Hwani came out with that raise, and he's being studied now by Justin.
Absolutely. It's one of those things he's going to ask, is Hwani Lee 3-betting me light? Because he knows, I know that he knows that I'm going to be opening in late position.
How about this? He folds ace-queen. Yeah, Justin's picked up a new fan in myself here. I mean, he's played some really strange lines, but he knows when he could be in trouble. So that means you could be priced in, and thinking about elimination getting you closer to the prize that you're looking for, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think action got reopened because it was a raise to 8K and then an all-in for around 15K. A min raise would have been 12K, so the action does reopen. So Hong needs to be careful. If he just does make the call there, he might be setting chips on fire should the initial raiser try to re-raise to isolate.
Both players hit this one. He's got the best of it right now with top pair, top kicker. And Justin Geronimo's got mid pair with a questionable kicker. Again, this is a blind defense, a big blind defense here from Justin. He's going to see if he can spike a 5 or 10 on the turn. He is going to make the call here. And the turn card is an 8. This is going to slow both players down because there is a made flush on the board. So it might go check here. Let's see if Hwani continues to to think that his top pair is good. So they do go check. The river card now is a 4, so a straight is made, but nobody made a straight. Check mark belongs to very small check mark. There is a check mark, man. It's so small.
You gotta look for it.
Yeah.
But Hwani Lee running hot, much to the enjoyment of the Rail from South Korea in the chat.
Right.
Folks, if you're enjoying the stream, please leave a like and subscribe to Asia Poker Tour. And if you're feeling so generous, please subscribe to me. Greg Goes All In on YouTube.
Justin made the call because he wanted to see what he was up against. Sometimes you do have to sacrifice a few chips just to see if your opponent was bluffing you. Obviously, he wasn't getting bluffed here by Hwani Lee. But again, you sometimes pay for information. And that's why he called the bet, even if he knew he was probably... We are now looking at the action from the cutoff here with Yu Jung Hong.
7-6 suited connectors are invincible, or so they say, or so I say. I'm good for the game.
Yeah.
We got a raise here to 2 big blinds, 8K here from Hong in the cutoff.
Yeah, he does not have 29,000.
No.
That's not right. Hwani Lee's gonna come in here though.
Hwani Lee, with all of the playable hands today, sitting on 500K chips.
Yeah, he and Justin Geronimo have just had a pretty sick run in terms of the
Very
cards.
sick run. It's been a very, very entertaining feature table so far. Just the way the cards have played out. And Hwani Lee completes here in the big blind. Ace-8 suited versus 7-6 suited. The heads up to a flop. Comes Ace-Queen 6, 2 spades. Hwani Lee makes top pair, but Hong makes bottom pair here. Both have a piece of the piece.
All right, now let's see how this plays out. Wani has just been having a pretty good run. He's also got a backdoor flush draw to this one. He's going to continue firing. And a 9 of clubs. Well, it doesn't affect Wani Lee right now as he's coming in, being aggressive. The Malaysian.
Hong does bet here with third pair, and Lee is going to call here. Hong, just like a kindergartner with a small crayon, is drawing thin. Thank you.
Well, the 9 comes out, so that completes a flush, and that pairs the board as well. So it's going to go probably check.
And it seems like it does, and Wani Lee taking down another pot.
Well, Wani's won like 5 in a row, if I'm not mistaken.
Just like the economic state of so many countries.
In the Poker League, they have stayed on, and they are a really friendly bunch. Wani Lee, how about this? Under the gun, waking up with ace-10 suited, another premium hand. He's going to come in for a raise. And the thing is, also having this much chips, when he makes a move, everybody's got to think this guy doesn't have to play, so he must have something that he's playing with. William Fasano's going to test him, though.
It is an under-the-gun raise, so we're not going to see too many under-the-gun raise from the chip leader. So we're not going to see too many 3-bet bluffs.
Oops.
But
that's more than 9,000, though.
That is more than 9,000. Looks like about 35, 31, 32, 32K? I don't know, it seems a lot.
Let's see.
32?
You could be right.
27K right there, raised
27,000
by Fasano from the UK with King Jack suited.
Oh, Justin has something that he might want to see a flop with as well. But again, he has changed gears. He has become very passive at the right time.
And we're just waiting for a good spot. Now we'll see if Wani Lee defends here against the 3-bet Mrs.
That's
Fasano.
a times 3 3-bet.
Yes, sir.
Wani's thinking, I don't have to play. This guy might have kings right now. I don't have to play this. And we are near the bubble. Of course he's going to survive. But does he want to give away chips in the process? Nice.
Looks like he's going to go for the call here.
Oops.
Oh,
Oh, that's not a call, sir.
No.
It's a lot of chips.
Wow. What a great read here by Wani Lee. That it's a light 3-bet and goes for the 4-bet here.
It's a big 4-bet
And it looks like an insta fold. Wow.
Yeah.
Just takes it down.
Good try, though, by William Fasano. You got to give him credit for having guts to do that against the chip leader. But
hanging on tighter than I did with my ex.
I don't want to say the other tighter about some religious person, but that's different. I'm sure you know that one.
That's been used a lot in the poker.
Yeah, I know. I'm not going there anyway. So we do have a raise from Eugene Hong, and I like this play with 7-4. Deering has just picked up. Oh, he's making his own little chip castle. It's an Australian design as compared to the Korean design.
We are going through ways to a flop here. Cutoff raised by Hong. Flat by Deering the button. Lee defending the big blind.
Ooh. All right, now everybody's got something going on here. Wani Lee's got a gut shot. Mid pair now for Eugene Hong. And a middle pair rather for Samuel Lee Deering. A check and a check and a check. So everybody's going to see what the turn card brings. Wow. It is a 10.
Wow, what a cooler spot right now. Wani Lee with the straight to the king, and Samuel Lee Deering with 2 pair. Eugene Hong with the flush draw. Wow.
This is an action hand.
What an insane spot, everybody. And Hong actually leading out here with the worst of it.
Yeah, but he does have the not really nut flush draw. He has a flush draw. Yeah, 7-high flush draw. And there's going to be a raise coming in now from Samuel Lee Deering, who is actually behind
Wani Lee.
And Juani's trying to frame this right now in such a
unfortunately,
way.
we can't see Juani Lee in the shot. This is not Juani Lee. We're looking at
that-
Justin Geronimo.
yeah,
Lee right
there's
in the
Juani,
white
yeah.
cap. Look, look at that smile.
He took off his mask.
He can't even conceal it. It's just like, what a spot here. And again,
Hey, but he's not out of it, right? He's
out of it.
He can still get outdrawn here. Like a 10 or a jack comes on the river, that gives a full house to
Absolutely.
Deering.
And sometimes I guess you're worried about Ace King, but that's just a cooler spot. And the only one
Yeah.
who can conceivably have Ace King here is Eugene Hong, who's the open raiser. But when you block it, it's so unlikely. And this is a cooler spot, but no,
He
Juani
makes the
Lee
call,
just makes. Oh wow!
setting a trap. Now Eugene Hong, he still has enough chips, I guess, to make this call for 25,000 and still not get hurt.
And
He
it's
is
a
calling.
great price to call here. 25K
Yeah.
to win. 136.
I can't wait for this river card.
This river is gonna be.
I can't wait for
You know
this
what?
river card.
Oh man, I'm trying to think what would be the most action.
Well, that is gonna be.
Wow, no,
Yeah.
that kills a lot of action
Yeah.
for Juani Lee with the four to a straight here.
So Juani is going to open right now. This is a value bet. Now, you're probably thinking, does Samuel Lee Deering believe that his Jack 10 could still be good here? A 9 makes it straight.
It just looks so strong here when Juani Lee now donks out into two players when the 4 to straight comes. And I think what really he's trying to just target is really just any 9x holding, because he just coolers that hand.
Right. That's the more likely ending to this. Oh, great fold. Great laydown. Great laydown. Yeah, and he was gentleman enough to show a 9. Oh, look at this, man. 683,000
Today.
Okay,
And
pocket.
really,
Come on, Juani. Let's get it, Juani.
Under the gun.
Boy, Juani has had a great session. He's going to open from under the gun now with his pocket 10s. He's hoping. Oh, come on, Tomohiro.
Back to back, no way, and he's all in it.
Juani's probably thinking right now, oh my goodness, this is a bigger call that I have to make. Justin's got to step out of the way. After a raise, and Justin's asking for a count? Is that Justin asking for a count?
Yeah.
With ace 5. And Juani is just... Oh, if Justin makes a move on this, that's going to be a pretty big mistake. Oh, hold on. He's still got his cards in front of him. The dealer's still completing the count on the request of Justin Geronimo.
No need to make a move. You got 50 big blinds, workable stack.
And he does
excellent
fold. Oh.
Now curious to see if Juani Lee makes the fold here. It is for 20 big blinds here, but Juani Lee you've got chips to spare. But we'll see if defense here.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Because Tomohiro could possibly also be doing these pocket 9s and
No, but
pocket 8s.
Tomohiro has waited like 17,000 orbits and
so
not made a move.
And might have a very tight image
Yeah.
to the other players, notably also to Juani Lee. Does he really only do this with premiums, or does he also do this with Ace Jack, Ace Queen, pocket 9s, pocket 8s?
You got to
pocket
consider,
6s?
yeah, if you're Juani right now, this guy's just doing this for his tournament life, and that's a great laydown with 10s.
And he makes the fold.
Yeah.
An excellent fold.
That looks like a cliff. of
Looks
some
like
sort.
a boat.
Is it a boat?
cruise ship.
Okay,
Yeah, you just see
yeah,
like
there
the
you
mast
go.
and it's like it's very hydrodynamically shaped with the point at the front. Juani Lee with Beauty and the
yeah.
Beast, King Queen, makes me want to burst out into song.
Yeah, but Sophia made the raise under the gun.
gun.
Sophia made a raise under the gun though with Queen 10, so
Yes.
I'm not sure if there's going to be a 3-bet at this spot. Looks like it's just a call. Yeah, that is a call.
Juani Lee getting to the mix with close to starting this hand close to 1 million chips.
Dave now actually does have the best hand pre-flop. He doesn't know that, but is the price right for Dave to join? The pot's
Yes.
112, 20,000 more to call.
It's just such a ace rags is just such a difficult hand to 10 seconds called. It's such a difficult hand to navigate because even when you hit top pair, you kind of hate life. You're just like, my kicker is so bad.
Yeah, good
And
fold there.
Just folds here because not only do you really you never really fully realize your full equity because you have to face aggression sometimes and there's a lot of fold equity involved. But here we go, King Queen versus Queen 10.
Wani Lee fans rejoice right now and sees ahead.
But Sophia, with having the pre-flop aggression here, might be able to c-bet and just take this down now with the worst hand. But Wani Lee might go ahead and float with 2 overs and some backdoor straight draws.
Well, there's the c-bet now. Jack high board, Jack 6-4 rainbow. And now to Wani Lee.
Betting 52 into what formerly was about 112. So about shy of a half-pot bet here. Might just be enough to get Wani Lee just fold here, especially being up against a large chip stack. But those do look like calling chips to me, my friends, and that will be a
That's
call.
A float. Yeah.
So floating here with King Queen High, and that would be the correct float given the specific hands here. Sophia really looking for a 10, really not looking for a queen here.
That would be disastrous if she gets a queen. Okay, that is an 8.
She picks up a gut shot here. A 9 would give her the straight. Wani Lee doesn't really improve much, still just only has 2 overs. And Sophia's going to go ahead and slow down here.
But Wani now, after the check call, now probably represent the jack. That's what he's thinking right now.
Right, yes, when Wani Lee calls Sophia's bet on the flop, his range really does narrow down to Jack X's, 4X's, 6X's.
Yeah.
And he bets again here. He really is representing a lot of like Jack X's, pocket 6's, pocket 4's.
Sophia.
Bets 70K into 200, about 200, so about third pot bet here.
Yeah, I love the bet sizing though from Wani Lee.
10 seconds.
Sophia might have to burn a time bank chip here, and she just decides to fold.
And let's go of the losing hand. So excellent fold here, and nice bet by Wani Lee as the Korean viewers in the chat go wild.
Right.
You know, some big fish, big
Well,
ocean.
Wani's got the dealer button, and he hasn't moved quite a bit here. He's got King 4 of clubs.
On the button, a fine raise here. Happy to take down the blinds. Happy to play in position. And the rail from South Korea. Excited to see Wani Lee get into the action.
Yeah, and that's a fold coming from Aaron Dermer with 7-3.
Dave Spades with the spades. Will he live up to the name?
Well, he's a lot smarter than this, but hold on.
Nodding his head.
Yeah.
The man's is vibrating right now. You think he has aces or something.
He might actually make a 3-bet with his hand. Well, he's just going to call.
He's going to make the call here with a very speculative hand, looking for spades, looking for ace 3-5. You know, 2 4s in this flop would be sick.
Yeah. Well, let's see what the flop does bring. Oh, there's a 4.
And they do both pair their 4s, but as we can see, Dave Spades massively outkicked.
Wani is going to take a stab at this right now. And he's going to check behind. Wow. Interesting.
Understandable enough of the school of thighs that he has some showdown. Just happy to go. Just happy to try to realize his equity and get the showdown here. And the turn now gives Dave a gut shot of a 5 would give him a 5 would give him a straight.
It's on the idiot side, as we call it.
That's correct. Then he 7 makes a higher straight. And Wani Lee for opening from the button definitely could have those as well. Dave tanking here.
Yeah, but he's probably thinking, why didn't he make the c-bet? So Dave's going to test this.
Thinks he might be ahead with his 4x and just trying to deny equity from overcards or flush draws. Get non-believing ace highs, king highs to call.
Wani's not folding yet. He's saying this is interesting. I want to see what that river brings. 7.
And now we've got a 4 to a straight here. Any 5. Any 5.
Check coming from Dave.
Straight. Yep. Dave just giving up now, giving up the aggression and just checking here. Hwani Lee contemplating his decisions. Does he check and go to showdown, or does he turn his hand into a bluff?
There it is. He's coming in right now. Good read here from Hwani.
Well,
To stay
Hwani
with it.
Lee going for what he thinks is a bluff right now, but in all reality, he is massively ahead. If Dave calls and bluff catches here, he would be right in trying to catch a bluff, but unfortunately, he's still behind Hwani Lee's bluff.
You think Dave is gonna go over the top of this?
I think it's gonna be a folder call. And does make the call, does bluff catch. Hwani Lee sheepishly shows the 4, but it's going to learn that he is good, and it's not a great feeling when you sense your opponent is bluffing, call the bluff, but find out that you're still behind his bluff.
Well, Dave Erquiaga, or Dave Spade as we call him in the Philippines, going to lose a chunk of his chips. That's going to drop him out of the 1 million mark. He's down to 916, and Hwani Lee.
에어란 타고 내보는 거야 멋 우리 저늘로 높이 날았어 에이 쓸어 담아 이 세상의 모든 돈은 yeah.